Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Saturday the 12th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day outside. A little bit of rain here and there, but not too bad. Just gorgeous, gorgeous day though. Got this morning, basically kind of got a slow start. Of course, started my day out in the tub like I do almost every day, soaking around, warm my body up a little bit, headed back inside, waited for Karen to get up. She got up. We decided to head out and do some yard selling and stuff. So convinced her it was warm enough. So hey, let's take the bike. She was a little bit thinking it was gonna be chilly. It was, so she grabbed her big furry like hoodie and stuff, like hoodie jacket, and we headed out. Got on the bike, and before she got on the bike, she's like, "Oh, it's warmer out here than I thought it was." And I'm like, "Yeah," which I actually put on pants and long sleeve shirt, which is not a common thing down here. But hey, I'm gonna be on a motorcycle. Why not? I'm gonna wear long pants and long sleeve shirts very often. So headed out. She threw the jacket back in the garage. She's like, I don't need this. So we took off running on a motorcycle for a little bit. Hit a couple of yard sales. Of course, wearing our mask and stuff. Like that's what the world needs right now. So chilled out. Did not find anything we couldn't live without in the yard sales, just because most of the time yard sales are just a way for us to kill time. It's no different than on a little scavenger hunt. You just never know. You might stumble into something that's really funky and cool, which I have found some cool things, but this was not one of those days. So, but ironically, though, one of the places we stopped at, the gentleman and his wife were talking about, they were just in the chatting and stuff, and they had a motorcycle. I mentioned his Goldwing, had a Goldwing for sale, beautiful looking bike. Had a really nice Honda Magnet also in there. He's selling, and kind of that weird feeling like they're selling a lot of their stuff, like kind of random stuff. Then she said something about, do you have tools in the shed you want to sell? Another gentleman was asking about, and the husband's like, oh yeah, I do. So they headed back. I said, do it? He goes, oh yeah, a whole bunch of tools, all kinds of stuff back there. So we headed back out there. I said, I'll walk with you. Who knows, might be stuff there I want too. So we went back and opened the shed up, like a tiny little, I don't know, like a small garage. Couldn't put a car into it, but it's like a big shed type thing. And in the process of him talking about, like, he's like, everything in here is for sale. Everything's got to go, blah, blah, whatever. And I was like, well, that sounds like somebody who's moving, somebody who's selling off everything. They got a giant RV to the south, their house parked there. So I thought, well, maybe they're moving. So I texted Karen real quick, because it sounded like the wife was the one who made the decisions in that family, just the way they talked. And I said, hey, ask her if the place is for sale. And she goes, if what's for sale? I said, if this house is for sale. So she asked her, and ironically, when I came out of the shed, I kind of walked around kind of stuff, looked over as I walked to the shed, and my wife's already in the backyard in the screened-in lanai area around the pool and stuff. And it's like, cool, I take it the house must be for sale. She goes, yeah, it's going to be for sale. We just don't know exactly when yet. They're planning on taking off a little sooner, but with everything going on, a lot of the campground stuff shut down. They're waiting to go probably, I don't know, February, March, something like that. That's what they're thinking. So went ahead and basically she let me into the pool area. Nice little pool, not a big one, but it's a nice little saltwater pool, and it's fully covered in lanai. She talked about how little evaporation she gets. She talked about her neighbor has a pool, about the same size as hers, and they said they put they're filling it up like every third or fourth day in the summer, especially in the winter, every fifth or sixth day. At least once a week they got to top the pool up. She goes, we put water in our pool like once every second month, like it doesn't evaporate out. I think she thinks also, mostly, and I agree, probably because it's got so much better shade on the cover, for the screened-in lanai area. It's all covered up, so it makes for a much better, lack of evaporation, and it's salt water, so it's easy to maintain, all that kind of stuff. Really cool little pool, nice little covered patio area. Went back in the house. Nice kitchen, although I think it's the exact same cabinets we have in this house, just they were a little bit better taken care of here. So beautiful, nice, kind of a galley long kitchen. Nice little dining area, nice big living room area and stuff, and it's only a 2-bedroom. That's the part that sucks. 2 bedrooms. The 1 bedroom has a nice big giant long closet, walk-in closet also in it. Then the master there's a separate bathroom across the hall from it, so it doesn't have its own bathroom, but it's got a full walk-in closet and then a big closet on the side too. And then the master bedroom has the sliding glass doors go out to the pool, which is really nice if you want to step out into the pool, come back in there and stuff. Which there'd be room for a hot tub out there as well too. And then the decent, nice, not an overly exotic or fancy shower. And she got a new door going in and stuff. So they want to upgrade the doors and stuff before they sell the house, and a couple other things and stuff. And then it has a 2-car garage. Laundry's in the garage, which I'm not a big fan of, but it is what it is. But here's the cool part: it's only 2 bedroom. That does suck. The price is pretty accurate, pretty good pricing. They're talking they're going to sell it themselves, not go through an agent, not going to list it, which could save them 6%. You figure if you look at it that way. Went ahead and said, heck with them, like that's cool. From there, outside to the south, where the RV was parked, they actually ran a full 50 amp service, and it sounds like they put in a full actual sewer system out there too to tie into the camper, so they could run the camper anytime they want and live out of the camper if they wanted to as well in that spot, which would be a real good bonus for us, because if the plumbing's already done correctly there, that means the guy could add on a master suite on that south end of the house. And I think probably the layout of it, I'd probably just build on the whole roof line out that way, and build like another 2-car garage, full master suite, master bath, not in, make a split floor, floor plan, which would be really great. Because then if I did move my mom down here, if she wanted to have a place, she could have what was the master with her own private bath. We'd have a bath for guests and, kind of share for the rest of the house for everything. So not in her bathroom or our bathroom, either one, which is a big bonus. And then we would have this, what would be the second bathroom or bedroom now would become like my office slash storage space for my vending supplies, which would be nice. And then the only thing we would have at that point is the CNC room, which I have for my CNC cutter. But I'd have at that point 4-car garage, which would be really nice. I could make the original garage into more of a workshop slash CNC room slash laundry room, and then make the other 2-car garage into actual storage. Now the plumbing's out there correct. Like I said, it'd be super easy to tie into. No jackhammering out concrete, and all that kind of stuff. Tie into the sewer, which would be super sweet, and it would be really handy in that process. And it's a 3-lot property as opposed to most of them here are 2. You get extra space, and it's on the canal, so you have virtually zero chance of flooding because it's built up pretty high, and you got the canal right behind you, so all the flooding's going out that direction, which is really, really nice. And I don't know, it's that whole cool thing. Partially, I could either build like the master suite on, or just build a really badass, like spend like 50 grand and build like a phenomenal, like stunning, basically tiny house. Build and let my mom have that as like her in-law suite. Like she would have the main house, the main cooking, all that kind of stuff done in the main house, so she could hang out in the living room with us. But when she wanted to basically just get away from us, or if we got tired of listening to her to go somewhere else, she'd go out to the tiny house during a hurricane. Probably move her back inside, of course, and spend a couple days here during hurricanes in the actual house. But that was kind of cool. It's one of those things where you're just kind of like talking to somebody, and it happened just because I'm observing things like, hey, maybe they want to sell this place. So the house was cool. We liked the house. There was really nothing like, oh, I hate that or I hate that. I don't like this, don't like that kind of thing. There was really not much of that there, except for the outdated kitchen, which was not in bad shape. It's in phenomenal shape. It's just outdated. It's, and a guy could possibly upgrade the cabinet faces and really change the whole look of that kitchen pretty quickly without spending a lot of money, or throw 15, 20 grand at it and do a full new kitchen there, and it would be a nice layout. The one thing it didn't have that I didn't think was that great was the entryway door would not be as good for putting a gate up like I talk about doing with my dogs and stuff. Like I have at my house now, I have a secondary gate, so if puppies and stuff are here and dogs I'm watching aren't trained to not go out the door, that secondary gate really gives that little safety gap. That one don't have as much. I'd have to kind of figure out a way of doing that, which I've thought of a couple ways. Another place I could do, like more like almost like a pool fence, where you just put the holes in the concrete in the floor and then basically kind of put the gate up kind of thing, which would not be quite as pretty, but when you're not in use, you just pop it out, so it's all good. Throw it in a closet right there, which was a coat closet also right by that front door, which is much more of a northern thing because Florida does not have coat closet by the front door because, again, nobody here has coats, so it's kind of a cool little thing. So who knows, I might make a offer on that house. But we got done there, spent way too much time at that place actually. We ended up doing a couple of yard sales on the way. Karen needed to run by the pharmacy to pick up some heart pills, whatever, so we ran to the pharmacy and realized that the one church, there's a church there on US 1 that once a year does like a giant craft show around Christmas time, and it was going on. It was madhouse packed, and then we went there and we had to get back home for a dog meet and greet today. So we didn't have time to stop at the church, craft show thing, which we usually don't buy much there. We usually buy a little something, but there's a couple who bring a ton of plants and stuff, shrubs and trees and flowers, and every year I go buy a bunch of stuff there, and I didn't really need more stuff because I don't know, just that I was trying not to spend the money on that stuff right now. I don't know why, because I love buying plants, but it is what it is. So we headed back home, got here, started cooking up. I was gonna have some BLTs also for lunch, and then I was gonna make that real quick, then eat. Then I was gonna start my chili, and it was that weird time when the guys was showing up like that. We spent too much time looking at that house, and the pharmacy took way longer than it normally does, so that kind of delayed us a little bit. So we went ahead and said heck with it. Started making up the bacon and stuff to have the BLTs and that with. Ended up using that bacon. I was planning on making it for my chili, bacon and chili seems weird, but it turns out really good. Went ahead, cooked up the bacon, started browning up some of the stew meat I was also going to throw in the chili. The gentleman showed up with his dog, did the meet and greet, went well. He was happy with the whole thing, had no other questions for us, so we went ahead. He's going to book that and get that all figured out, the fun that comes with it. And then he left. I went ahead, started my chili, got it all in the slow cooker, and then basically asked her, I said, do you want to eat in 4 hours or 6 hours? That weird time frame. It's like that weird. It's either eating it was either at 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock. She goes, let's eat at 7 because we're just got done eating BLTs, so she wasn't hungry. Well, so I went ahead, made the BLTs, wonderful little meal. I like BLTs, they're good. So from there, we watched, during the BLTs, we watched some more Office, trying to get through that damn thing. We gotta get through that before the year runs out. I'm gonna be really annoyed if I miss a few episodes at the end before Netflix cuts me off on that anymore. So it is what it is, and we got done with that. Decided, hell, let's take the bike back out and do some more yard selling, go look at some other properties and whatnot, and literally packed up, got on the bike, and as we headed out, we made it don't know, about 4 blocks from the house, and she really should forgot her mask. She turned around, came back, went and got her mask, headed back out, and got about 3 blocks away, and it started raining. Like it was right, like maybe not that, maybe like a block and a half away, started to drizzle, and I was like, ah, crap. It's just warm enough that I don't mind the ride, but riding the wet and the chill on the bike is not going to be the best thing. So back to the house, dropped the bike back off, jumped in the car, went and did some run around, looking for some more yard sales, went and looked at some other properties and stuff. Ended up running by the church, and there was most people were packing up because the rain had came through. So a lot of people were packing up already. Saw some cool things that I probably would have, some neat little knickknacks I would have bought. One guy had painted like dogs on rocks, but there was nothing, no breed that I have a customer that needs them, or none that match my dog. So I kind of said heck with it. Did not buy any plants. I literally just walked by it and like kind of diverted my eyes. I was like, I don't want to look at those because I know I love buying their plants. They're super cheap. They're amazing, way cheaper than like you're gonna find like a Home Depot type thing or like a Lowe's, whatever. Just really good deals. But I brought the car. I was like, I don't want to put them in the back of the car. They're already wet now. They're muddy too, and they're dirty. And said hell. So I skipped those. From there, went drove around. Just kind of looking for their properties, and everyone's wanted to see a sign and just kind of driving down the streets looking for houses and kind of driving the roads we wouldn't mind buying a house on, kind of thing and whatnot. Got back here to the house, chilled out a little bit. Had a missed call from my my real estate agent as well. Still waiting on the duplex, which we put an offer in a week ago today. We put an offer on the house and had not heard back on it yet. And I'm like, God damn, how long does it take? So she's like, hey, did you go look at their house? I sent you. I'm like, I'm still waiting on the duplex. Like, what's our answers? I kept asking, like, hey, what's the answer? Do we even know if he got our offer? Because she's bad about, the whole text or leave mess thing. I know if she'd even sent the paperwork in and actually filed it correctly and stuff. So I sent the text a few times. I finally said, are you getting my text? Kind of thing. So she finally called me back and we talked a little bit and found out she had not even heard from me yet. She'd left one voicemail, it sounds like on Sunday. I said, hey, call me. I want to make an offer on the property. And apparently Wednesday he decided to take the property from 360. Now he raised it to 400 grand, $399,000. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, this ridiculous stuff. Why didn't you make my offer? I was really pissed off at the fact that just not pissed off. That's a harsh way, but I was really disappointed and really saddened by the fact that she did not pursue this any further and let me know, hey, this guy doesn't even call me back. Like, he works here in town. I know where he's building houses. I know where he's at. I could have went by his office. I could have found the guy. Like, hey, do you not get my offer? Do you not want an offer? Whatever. So he's like, oh, I'm going to take like 40 grand off, but that puts it back at the original price. Like, you went from 360 to 400. Now you're going to go down 40 grand. Like, what is this? Black Friday deals? We have a $1,200 TV that normally every day sells for 800. You now say we raised it. It's $1,200 now. Half price, $600. Well, it's only $200 off. It was $800 2 weeks ago. Now it's $1,200 all of a sudden. Like, the 40 grand off doesn't help me any. So 40 grand off. The first one was 320. I'd been all in. I would have bought the house at that price, but it is what it is. So I think the guy just doesn't want to sell it. It's kind of a pain in the butt there. So I was like, the hell with that. So I kind of had a long talk. They're like, hey, you kind of screwed this up. You kind of screwed the pooch here. Also, there was 2 other properties we looked at that by the time I happened just to run by on my run or on my bike ride and stuff, I see these properties that I look up and they have a sign in the front yard, and the one of them had this amazing backyard, had 4 lots, which is twice the size of my property here for lots. It's bigger square footage, and it was like 285, beautiful backyard, giant covered patio area, hot tub, had a TV out there, ceiling fans, had everything you could ever want. Like, the backyard was phenomenal, plenty of space for my campers, my trailers and stuff. And looked up and it's already contingent. I'm like, what the fuck? It's been on the market for 8 days and it's contingent. I'm like, why wasn't this on our list? Why didn't this pop up on your list as one of the ones we're looking for? You're sending me crappy houses that, like, clearly I would never want to buy. Like, it doesn't check any of the boxes I'd want, but yet this thing would check 90% of the boxes that I'm wanting for a house, and you didn't even tell me about it. So I'm like, what the hell? She's like, well, I do blah, blah. And she kept making excuses instead of saying, hey, I dropped the ball, I screwed up, blah blah. So I was a little bit ticked off. She's like, well, what about the house? The house sucks. Like, the house, you don't even, I'm starting to think I need an agent that's a little more local here or something, because she doesn't know my neighborhood. She's like sending me to like shitty neighborhoods that I would never, like, I wouldn't want to run around there at night. Like, I wouldn't want my wife walking after dark in that neighborhood, let alone living there. Like, there's just no way. So I don't know. I was really disappointed. I said, I'm just done. I'm done looking for a while. I'm gonna take some time off because I'm kind of getting overwhelmed with. Feels like it's becoming a damn job. I don't want a job looking for a house. Like, I want it to be like, hey, I want it. Which ironically today I found what may be the perfect house, minus the fact that I need an extra bedroom or 2 to really, especially if my mom's gonna live with this stuff. But outside of that, the house is phenomenal. And who knows? Maybe I'll buy the house and tell my mom she can't move down with this. Just like, hey, nope, you gotta stay in Iowa, or I don't know. We'll see. So. Kind of told her, I said, I'm just kind of taking a break. We'll just call it a day and pretend I don't want to look for a house right now. So that's kind of where I'm at. The point kind of sucked, but got back from out running around from that. Basically chilled out here at the house. Was now it's hungry. It's like 6 o'clock, and I'm like, I want to eat, but I still got another hour for technically for the chili is gonna be done. I'm like, son of a bitch. So just had to hold it. Karen also was like thinking I was mad at her for stuff, and found out she's not feeling good. Her nose is really. She told me last night she had a stiffly nose and stuff. But I'm like, why do you think I'm mad at you? Like if I'm a straight shooter. I tell you when I'm pissed at something. I tell you what the hell's wrong, and you're now accusing me of being mad at you, which now is annoying me, kind of thing. So we kind of got a little bit of that. Like I'm not mad at you. Like I don't know what your issue is here. So we kind of, she told me, she says, I'm just not feeling good, which it is what it is. So we kind of worked through that whole thing. Sit out here, call my mom, talk to her for a little bit on the phone, just kind of chat with her and stuff, tell her about the new house and stuff that we happened to stumble across, tell her about the duplex isn't going to go. And she's like, oh, if you don't find a house that works for me, fine, just buy a house and I'll just come down and visit sometimes and not live here, kind of thing. Which is what it is. I'd love my mom to be around. I'd love for her to get somewhere out of Iowa, just because there's nothing going there for her. Like she has nothing, and she's not doing anything. She's sitting around the apartment right now. I understand this year nobody's doing nothing, but it is what it is there. So we kind of is that whole, I want to get down here to kind of get her out. I want to show her, like, I love this state. Like the state's amazing. There's always some fun things to do. I want to go show her all the fun stuff and experience and get her out walking, get her doing more things and keeping her active so she'll live longer. I want my mom around. So it is what it is. Went ahead and basically ate the chili. The chili turned out phenomenal. Oh my God, it was so good. Two different kinds of beans. We had stew meat. We had bacon. I had sausage, which I don't do beef. I never do beef in a chili, but I did this big chunks of stew meat. And Karen was like, "Oh, I don't know. They're gonna be big chunks of meat." But in that slow cooker, man, they softened out, tenderized so good. It was just like eating a meatball almost. It was so delicious. Put like probably a fifth of a bottle of sriracha sauce in it, tons of sriracha sauce in it. We went to the store. I had to go to UPS to drop off stuff for return for Amazon, and she stopped at Big Lots there. She found some chili powder, which was able to dump in the chili powder, which helped top off that. I tasted it before I put it in. The chili powder did make a difference, so I'm glad I put that in there. Ate our chili. It was so damn good. It was so, I would, if there was a chili contest going on tomorrow, I would enter this chili, and I think I would have a good chance at winning because it has just a little bit of heat. I'm not a hot spicy chili guy. It's dumb. I don't want to sweat when I'm eating chili, but it was phenomenal. So it was so good. Karen actually went back for a second bowl, and she's usually not a second bowl person on chili at all by any means. So watched another couple episodes of The Office because we gotta get through that damn thing, and then heading out here in the patio, sat out here, smoked myself a wonderful cigar, kind of watched another episode of The Pack, and just chatted and talked a little bit, and then basically she headed in to take her shower and kind of call it the night as I wrapped up out here in the patio by myself. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.